What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Derek 420 Colorado, coming at you live and direct, back from the Dream Farm Studios. Woohoo! Oh, I just got a message from Farm Manager River saying, "Hey, dude, it's 420. It's Tate time. I'm a little late. I'm a little late for Tate." Hey, that's a baby puppy. My little boy just got here. Hi, little boy. You got here just in time to say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi. Hi, everybody. Here you go, babe. You can have the puppy back.
Just put him down. My hands are full.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, I'm a little late, guys. Been super busy here at the Dream Farm, doing stuff, getting orders packed out, all that good stuff, and trying to get the winner of the grand prize debacle. The grand prize debacle that was the fact that we had two members with the same name. And it was really, really bugging me and throwing me for a loop, but we got it all figured out. James Sprague of Connecticut is the winner of the grand prize, and after the consultation, we're actually going to be getting him an HLG 600R, HLG 600R Lite. We're going to get him a couple bags of BioFlower, an AC Infinity fan and controller, a humidifier, and root riots. So, along with all the other stuff, that's just what was included in the $750 Dream Grow prize groom thing giveaway. And I quit smoking cigarettes. So, if y'all see me with the little pink box, that's why. It's because I quit the smoky treats. There's two of my good buddies. Two of my good buddies and my wife, actually, were kind of responsible for me getting there. There's one of them, Farm Manager River, right before he left to go down to Mexico to hunt the chamula. He really got off the cigarettes. He got him a vape, and my wife has been off of them for a while. Good grief, it's been 6 months or more. And then my good buddy Paul, he had a mushroom realization and decided to quit. And so I realized, hey, you know what? I could do it too. I've quit before. I've quit a bunch of times before. A bunch, 3 or 4 times. And so this time, hopefully, we can stick it out for the rest. And I won't ever smoke a cigarette again. So, using these to buffer that nicotine and taper down. So, let's go ahead, and I'm a little late on the dabs. Let's see, who was that? Somebody, Chad. Good job, Chad. Quitting cigarettes is it's a major deal. But yeah, we're going to be talking about some deep water culture stuff today, folks. Going to be going over some basic deep water culture techniques and methods. Talking about air in your root zone, all that good stuff. But first, let's do a dab. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, shit. Wowzer. That was a good one. Hey, and what y'all will notice, I'm sure you'll notice, the amount of coughing that I do after I dab. Much less these days. I say that. Oh, shit. God bless America. I have the members of the week and the plants of the week, but they're on my notes, and so I can't access them while we've got the camera live action going. So I do have plants of the week and members of the week. And boy, oh boy, my noggin is empty on you. I can't even remember for the life of me because I haven't written one down in a couple days, I don't think. But I'll make a post. We'll get the plants of the week and members of the week stuff out to everybody. Kevin Pacheco, that's interesting. That's what I was telling my wife, is that when I've done this before, 100 viewers, 105, all right. When I've done this before, I've used the vape to get off cigarettes, and I mean, I'm a cigarette addict. It was the first thing that I did every single morning, after every meal. I mean, I'm smoking a pack a day. And so, what I notice is that the way that I know that I'm making progress is that each morning, every day when I wake up, it's just a little bit longer before I have that first thought, like, oh, I should hit my vape, or I need to hit my vape. So, progress is coming. It's good. Love that. I want to be here for a long time. Kicking out fire genetics for y'all. So, let's see, what the hell? I guess we could just get right off into it. We could do another dabber in a minute, too. Ha, ha, ha. Hopefully Ralph is out there watching. My homie Ralph, Corey Oreo's dad. That dude, he's dabbing with me every time, so I love it. Shout out to Ralph. Boston George, I just mentioned that. I'm not 100% sure. I've got them all written down, but they're in my notes on my phone, and I can't get out of this live to go check them, so I'll make a post after we end this live. Please, for the love of God, if somebody doesn't see me make the post, please message me. I may there's about a 90% chance that I will absolutely forget, maybe in the next 10 seconds.
90?
Ha ha, Vanna Wife said 90?
Like
98. She said there's a 98% chance that I will forget. Okay, so with that being said, will somebody please message me after the tape in like 5-10 minutes after the Talk About It Tuesday is over, and I will put the post up. Again, that's that ADD. What's up, Sherry? What's up, Lucky? What's up, Doug? What's up, Brian? Jennifer? Jason? What's happening, peoples? Okay, so, I can't remember who it was. Somebody said, hey, man, boy, you sure do talk about dirt a lot. Which, that's just Richard Rowe. Not right now, you goob. Do it afterwards. I remember right now. Richard Rowe just texted me or messaged me and said, Plant of the Week, Member of the Week. What's up, Terry? So anyways, so somebody messaged me, can't remember who it was. They said, hey, God bless America. Y'all don't text me now. Don't message me right now. After it's over. Message me after it's over.
I got a timer set up.
Okay, good. Vanna Wife has a timer. I'm relying on somebody to message me after the live is over. But I will make the Plant of the Week post, Members of the Week. So they said, hey man, you talk a whole lot about dirt, and I can't ever remember doing even one Talk About It Tuesday on deep water culture and or hydroponics. So I figured this would be a good time, and I pledged that I would. So here we are. Because, contrary to what y'all may know, I was a deep water culture grower for the first 15 years of my cultivating career. It's how I choose, and it was realistically what really got me into autos and understanding that their genetic potential is out of this world, is running a deep water culture setup with what I coined the Max O2 technique. Okay? Max O2, what does that mean? Maximum oxygen. Okay? Now, as you may have probably heard me say over the course of this last year, also, y'all, this is the last Tate of the year. Man, it's been crazy. Every week I'm here live and direct coming to y'all in your living rooms, on your at-work shitters, or wherever you choose to watch. It's the last one of the year, man. This has been a hell of a 2024, and I am kind of sad to see that 2023. I'm kind of sad to see 2023 go, just because it's been so amazing getting to introduce the Dream Beans brand to all of you fine folks and all that stuff. So, shout out to the last Talk About It Tuesday of the year. But we will be back probably from, not probably. We will be here. We're going to be coming to you live from New Orleans next week. I just looked. What, babe?
Our flight leaves like 5:40.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah, I guess so for the airport.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going to be doing it for, yes, our flight leaves, so we're probably going to be coming to you live. Short Talk About It Tuesday. Hopefully bringing you a Longhorns victory from the Sugar Bowl. That's what we're going for, so that's what we're going to do. So, Sherry, yes, I will touch on CO2. Sorry. Y'all see, that's my ADD in full effect. I was full train of thought, and then I had another thought. There was a shiny thing in my brain, and I had to grab it, or else I'd have lost it. Because I wanted to shout out 2023, and that this was the last Talk About It Tuesday of the year. So, deep water culture. Okay, the reason that deep water culture ultimately is, in my opinion, the most superior way to get the most yield and to express the maximum genetic potential of your cannabis, be it photoperiod or autoflower. It's just superior. Okay? And whoa, puppy. And the reason for that is because we know that after watching a year's worth of Tates, y'all know that cannabis plants love, almost above all else, oxygen to their roots. They are craving it at all times. So what growing in deep water culture or hydroponic setup allows you to do is introduce supplemental oxygen to the root zone. In this case, your root zone is water. Well, water, you can put a lot more air in there than you can in a pot of soil, okay? You can force air. It's forced oxygenation, all right? And whenever you're able to do this, it took me probably 4 or 5 years. I did a lot of college study on it, whole bunch of work on the maximum oxygenation levels of a deep water culture setup that are going to be, where do you see the benefits start to go away, okay? And after years of research, came up with exactly that. 10 liters per minute of oxygen into your reservoir. 10 liters per minute per gallon of reservoir that you have. Now, if anybody understands anything about air rate and flow rate, that is a lot. It's a whole lot. Okay? It's a whole lot. But that's what they love. Okay? Now, you can almost all hydroponic setups are the ones that you can buy off the shelf, or the hydro buckets or any of that stuff. They all come with air pumps, and every single one of them, and every single system that I've ever seen, I don't care if it's a undercurrent, the H2O, the big giant systems, none of them have enough air power. None of them have the adequate air supply needed for maximum genetic expression, in my opinion. Okay? That the majority of them come with about 10% of what you actually need and what will actually create them to thrive. Yes, they will grow. Absolutely, they will grow. Okay? If they have oxygen in there, they'll grow and they'll do good. For them to grow at an exponential rate and to have the cellular division happen at the fastest rate that I've ever seen is going to be introducing as much oxygen as you can. Now, that doesn't mean get the biggest freaking air compressor you can and stick a hose in there, folks. Okay? Because there's turbulence. There's agitation. There's little roots. Okay? They're growing in the water. Well, if you're just beating them all up, they break and they snap and it's no good. So you have to diffuse the air and the oxygen properly. Okay? Now, most people are familiar, if you're familiar with the deep water culture setup, okay? You have an air pump and you have a hose, and then on the end you have a little air stone. Okay? Again, most setups that you're going to buy off Amazon or out of the grow shop or whatever are severely underpowered when it comes to air and air stone diffusion. Okay? So, you want to make sure, and the easiest way I can explain it is, again, 10 liters per minute per gallon of reservoir water that you have. Okay? That's going to be, it's going to be a lot of air. If there was no air stone on it, I mean, it's just bubbles, okay? And so you can take one of two routes. You can either get a large disc diffuser, they're about $25, $30 a piece. They can get pretty expensive if you're running a multi-site reverse recirculating deep water culture system. Or you can buy several of the cheap the little round ones. Those work just great. And if you split your main air hose off into about four or more, the more diffusion, the better. I've never really seen it be too much diffusion. It just gets into like how many air stones are taking up the root space. Okay, so diffuse it properly. You want a whole metric ton of the tiniest bubbles that you can in a very soft blanket of tiny little bubbles. Picture this in your mind if anybody's ever watched Olympic diving. Okay, I know you're all going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, Derek? Olympic diving, has anybody ever noticed whenever they dive off the diving board? Well, what they dive into is bubbles. It's literally bubbles. It's a whole bunch of bubbles, and that is exactly what you want to see in your reservoir bucket, is a bunch of, just a soft blanket tickling. Think of, I just had this thought. When you pour a Coke. I'm from Texas, yes. All sodas, all pops, all carbonated beverages are Cokes, by the way. When you're pouring a Coke, think of those tiny, tiny, tiny little bubbles and how they just flicker, the little tiny little bed of tiny little bubbles. That's what you're looking for when you are, like champagne, absolutely. When you're doing deep water culture, you want a thick layer of tiny little bubbles for those roots to be suspended in. Okay, that's going to be what happens. Now, with that being said, generally speaking, you're going to see a longer cycle time on deep water culture setup. Not by a tremendous amount, but it can be, 10 days or more. 10 to 14 days extra on the cycle time. Now, the reason that is because, as you folks have followed along, you know that the flowering trigger for day neutral cannabis, for autoflowers, is root resistance and root pressure. If you think about in a pot, okay, once they get to the edge, they're there, okay, and they're static because of the atmospheric pressure. Well, when they're suspended in water, there's not that weight, okay, so there's less osmotic pressure, okay, and so there's less pressure on those roots to tell them, and so that bucket, it has to get pretty dang thick with roots before it'll actually start doing its full flower thing, okay, and so that's how you folks see, folks like Rick DeValley and Joe Kanai and, these folks out there that are, actually, I think Joe's in soil. George Fromgen, he's in an autopod. The folks that are doing deep water culture that are doing really good, they all have adequate amount of air and they all have the proper diffusion, okay? So that brings me back to what Sherry Bottiger was saying and talk about CO2. CO2 and what does it do, okay? See, I've been running CO2 with my autoflowers since I've been running them, okay? Again, maximizing the cellular division in these plants is your goal. You want them to grow as fast as they possibly can due to their short life cycle, okay? Their short life cycle is going to, there's all kinds of things you can do. Again, introducing a deep water culture setup with adequate air, all right? Things like LST, there's all kinds of stuff. One of the main things is CO2, carbon dioxide. All right? Just like we breathe in oxygen, plants breathe in CO2. Okay? Now, does it really, it gets into a little bit sciencey, but essentially what happens with CO2 is it allows the stomata on the plant surface to open up more. Okay? What the hell does that mean? All right, respiration. All right, transpiration and respiration. Respiration is what we do. Transpiration is what they do. They are constantly exchanging oxygen for CO2 through those stomata. Okay, through the stomatic openings in their leaf, their pores in their leaf. When you introduce CO2 supplementation, it allows those pores to, instead of going like this to this, they go from this to that. And then they go that. And so it's exchanging the oxygen and exchanging the CO2 at a much higher rate and more efficiently, causing more rapid cellular division. Okay? Sorry, James. Somebody wanted me to talk about deep water culture and then somebody said CO2. Sorry. You get, so they breathe in CO2 just like we breathe in oxygen. I'm going to take a sip of my dew real quick, because I'm thirsty. They breathe in CO2 just like we breathe in oxygen, and it aids in their cellular division. Okay? So, for those folks that are out there running deep water culture, one of the main things to keep an eye on and always be mindful of is your pH, your potential hydrogen. Okay? Because with a deep water culture setup, you are responsible for giving the plant everything that it needs, okay? And that includes maintaining a proper pH to actually have the nutrients that you put in the water absorbed by the plant. One thing about adding more air is that it will inevitably make the pH very, very wild and erratic and all kinds of stuff. There's a product out there that our lovely number one admin moderator Michael Wildschultz has been using for years, the Taurus Hydro. It's a device that you can actually hook onto your buckets that allow it to maintain the proper pH going in, so you don't have to add anything. It's a super cool deal. If you're running DWC, I suggest you check it out. Okay. Let's do another dab. How about that? We'll do another Fat Dabs. And I got lots of questions about people asking if we were going to do a drop today. No, we're not doing a drop today because I'm giving everybody a break. I'm giving the order processing department a break. I'm giving everybody's wallets a break. And I'm giving myself a little bit of a break. You know, for those that don't know, coming up with those strain descriptions is probably one of the harder parts of my job. It takes time and it takes effort, and sometimes it can be frustrating AF. I said my coughing wasn't as much. I guess that's only on the first dab. Whew. But yes, writing those descriptions can be pretty frustrating. It can be time consuming. And so I gave everybody a reprieve. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. We've got all kinds of new strains coming in 2024. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We've got lots of cool stuff on the horizon. We're going to be bringing back some of the freebies, like Lime Time. Who's excited for some Lime Time? Woohoo! We're going to be making that into a full release. We're going to be doing a Double Berry Slushy again, the Pappy Secret Stash again, for sure. Probably going to continue and make the F4 the Diamond Milk. Going to really work some more on this GMO. Getting that super funky GMO coming. Reuben, I think we have some... Oh, no, Clementine's Tears, they're out. They're sold out. That's why you can't get them. And those Clementine Tears we made, that's Diamond Milk. That was just a special pheno. I doubt that those will be coming back. Just because I'm going to be working the Diamond Milk further to the F4. So I doubt the Clementine Tears will be coming back. But it may present itself in the next round. We'll see. Rock Pappy full release, possibly. That's a heavy hitter. That one probably won't be till the fall, though. The Skunk. Oh, yeah, the Skunk. Can't forget about the Skunk. We got Farm Manager River down there hunting the Chamula Skunk right now as we speak. We're definitely going to be rocking that avenue out and trying to get some real deal, original, true skunk back into the people's hands. Okay, so anything pineapple? I have a pineapple. I have something pineapple. What the hell was it? I can't remember. It's one of the very first. It's the same guy I got the original Bear's Breath from. All the Bear's Breath gear. The Stilton Special crossed with the Three Bears OG that was back crossed to the Three Bears. That's where I got it from. Cool cat from AFN named Fitzy. He's got one in there he said it's super pineapple-y. So yeah, that could be a TMF skunk. That's got too much fucking skunk. Love it. Woo-wee. Worth the wait. She's standing out in 5 of 10, 15 different Dream Beans, and that's the far the best. Well, which one was that, Richard? Which one was the biggest? Whew. Purple Pappies. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring that Purple Pappies back. That thing was fire. But yeah, we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff in 2024, folks. It's going to be an amazing year. We'll have a full year at it. And it's going to be super, super rad, super awesome. Oh, we also hit 8,000 members for the Dream Bean Support Center. Woohoo! Shout out to Nick Loner, who's always out there bringing the new folks in. Yay! I'm glad you got your beanie, Lori. Oh, the Rock Pappy? Yeah, the Rock Pappy's definitely had some ability to get some size on them. That's for sure. The that rock hard pheno, the whatever the hell I used, I can't, garlic slushy, I think. Super fire, super big, super awesome. Let's see here. That blueberry breath option too. That one's a fire one too. Yeah, Nancy did do some of those weird tea bags with the That Three Bears OG. That was one of the first strains that she ever saw. One of the first auto strains she ever saw was the one out here at the Dream Farm when I was running. I think I ran 35 different Mephistos that time. That first time that she saw. Yeah. So that's where we're going. Those dabs got me high. Recovering from the holiday festivities and preparing to go on a couple of different trips. Headed to New Orleans to go to the Texas-Washington game. Woohoo! Hook 'em horns. And then on the 8th, we're headed to Puerto Rico. So we will be doing an international version. Semi-international. It's a U.S. territory. We'll be doing a Talk About It Tuesday live from the beach. And it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome, folks. I can't wait. I can't wait for everything that 2024 has to offer. And I'm super happy that all of you folks are here. And that y'all supported the Dream Beans brand and the Dream Beans team. And we will definitely be here live and direct every Tuesday coming at you. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Oh, yeah. Plan of the week. Somebody sent me a message in like 10 minutes. And to make sure that I post the plant of the week and members of the week. And yeah, so I think that just about probably does it here for this last and final edition of 2023 here at the Dream Farm for a great Talk About It Tuesday. Thank everybody that's here, all the viewers. They're sitting at home, watching along, doing dabs with me. We can piece it out with a dab too. And I got to get ready for my my show where they don't ever find anything. The Curse of Oak Island. All right. So, I love all y'all. Thank you so much for everything that we've done here in 2023. I can't wait for 2024 and to keep bringing everybody super fire genetics. It's your guy, Derek 420 Colorado, saying peace to 2023. I love all y'all are great.